It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got a pair of teams who met each other in Super Bowl 25. It's the Buffalo Bills and the New York Giants, and it's all up next.
It can hold over 82,000 fans, and every one of those seats is filled for this one, as our coverage of the NFL brings us to MetLife Stadium. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Here's Tyler Bass to get this one started, and we're off from MetLife. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So out come the Giants, their first drive of the game coming up. Bringing him out to #1 pick in 2015, a former league leader in passing, it's Jameis Winston.
Don't think for a second, Kate, he hasn't heard the noise. Read the comments from the keyboard warriors who say they just want somebody else leading this team. But let me let you in on a little secret. Those criticisms, they can fuel quarterbacks. Make that chip on the shoulder even bigger to prove people wrong and to show I really do belong in this league.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Throwing now off play action. Man there, it's Malik Neighbors. That play good for 17 and a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. From the gun, it's Tracy. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Bills territory. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Here's Winston. Caught by Theo Johnson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play, and it's good enough for a New York first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too.
Tracy. Just 1 yard on the run. Still in good shape, though, with 2nd and goal from the 2.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. They go right back to Tracy. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. 1 down left before a big decision to make. Do you continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or are you now forced to put the ball in the air?
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Here's Tracy once more. And he gets in, touchdown! The Giants finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Giants will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Gano ready to send this away. On the return, here comes Davis. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the Bills for their opening drive. And leading them out, someone who's still the pride of Wyoming University and Fireball, California. One of the league's best and biggest arms, Josh Allen.
We've seen a lot of big arms come and go in the NFL. Few translate that talent, though, into stardom, quite like Josh Allen. It's fun for me on the college football road when I ask these young quarterbacks who they idolize, who they look up to, and just about every big guy that can run says the same thing, Josh Allen, because that skill set is so tantalizing. A player who can rip off a highlight reel play with the pass and just as easy with the down in just about any situation.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Here's 2nd and 2. His first throw is an interception. And the Giants take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. Now they're going to have to flush it. That's the key here for this quarterback in the offense. Got to flush that mistake and press on ahead.
The Giants taking the field for their 2nd possession. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you could go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
Winston now. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Tackled on the play by Taylor Rapp.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
from the 35 on second down. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Looked like a bit of a concentration drop on that one. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Throwing on 3rd and long. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. A handoff to Tracy. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. There on the stop, Larry Ogunjobi. Only a couple that time, and it leaves him well behind the sticks for a 3rd and 15.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
On 4th down, we'll see Graham Gano lead the Giants field goal unit out. This is going to be a 46-yarder. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And they come away with some points on that series.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Gano ready to send this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Here comes the Bills offense for their 2nd drive of the game. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. They're out and set, 1st and 10. It's Allen out of the pistol. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Tyler Nubin with the tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Now the shotgun give to Cook. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Another one for Cook. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Here's Jake Camarda to send it skyward on 4th down. And he's hoping for good results on his first look of the night. Fair catch called for and made just outside the 20. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be Giants football. So here come the Giants, ready to take over again on offense. And here in the first, already up to a 10-0 advantage. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Winston. This is complete to Neighbors. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
From the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. It's a 10-0 ball game. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. Welcome back. We'll begin this second quarter with the Giants in possession. They're looking at 2nd and pretty short. Trying the right side with Tracy. He's contained at the line for no gain. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. It looked like they had it, but nope, no gain, and now they're just inches short for 3rd down.
The chances of stalling this drive defensively seem bleak, but how about now? Look at those odds changing, Kate. Still not great, but you could feel a little momentum on their side. Maybe they can muster it up and get back-to-back stops.
He finds Johnson. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Still has some space inside the 35. And he's taken down at the 30. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Giants will have a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
First and 10 now from the 30. Robinson in motion right. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. A give to Tracy up the middle. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
On 4th down, we'll see Graham Gano lead the Giants field goal unit out. Ball on the right hash, the distance 43 yards. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And that one was beautifully struck. It goes right down the middle.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Gano ready to send this away. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Possession switching back to Buffalo as their offense heads out. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Bobby Okereke making that stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Play action now. Allen. Flushed out of the pocket. He takes it himself. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
And the Giants going nickel. 3rd down coming. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Working from the gun, it's Allen. That finds his man, it's Keon Coleman. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Tyler Nubin with the tackle.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Cook trying this one up the gut. And they bring him down around the 34. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Putting a receiver in motion. On 1st down, Allen. That's completed right side. And he's able to get this down to the 13. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Free play here. Let's see what he does. He brings it in. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on 1st down. They'll run here following the penalty. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
2nd and 3 now. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. The back grabs it. Touchdown, Buffalo. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock, getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game.
Yeah.
That's well done.
Tyler Bass on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bills get it back to within 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Gray now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Winston. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. So it's the 2-minute warning here from MetLife. The Giants pushing for points. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Here's Tracy. He gets forward, next about 4 yards. Tackle made by Cole Bishop. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. All right, it's a nickel set for the Bills. 3rd down. Tight end gets it running forward. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. So Buffalo's going to call it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. The Giants readying to punt, and they're going to send out the lefty, Jamie Gillen, for the kick. Broke through the tackle, and he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That one an impressive 57-yard kick, and the Bills will take over possession. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And the 1st down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And it sets up 2nd down.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
Back to the air, Allen. Coleman with the grab. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Allen on 3rd and short. Finds him on the crossing route. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. They get 28 out of that play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Ball at the 33 for first down. To throw again, it's Allen. Escapes the pocket. Steps up, and he's running. They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out! And it looks like the offense got that one back. Yes, they did. They pounce on it inside the 10. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers.
And in, touchdown, Buffalo! Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Bass on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bills take the lead on that successful kick. Bass now to kick this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. The Giants and Tyrone Tracy are running back on now. And with field position and the clock against them, probably not going to see anything of substance here before halftime. Only 17 seconds left for them as they begin this drive. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Making the tackle there, Joey Bosa. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills leading. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Reports. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a one-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for with both these teams in it to win it.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Gano ready to send this away. On the return, here comes Davis. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So to begin the 3rd, it's going to be the Buffalo offense we see first. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Allen setting up to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He was looking for Keon Coleman on that throw. So that brings up 2nd down. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean.
Big gain downfield. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It goes as a pickup of 37 yards. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. We'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Again, Allen to the air. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
The tight end going in motion right. Now a give to Cook, running left. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Bobby Okereke making that stop. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Slot man in motion left. 2nd and 10 now. Catch is made in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Bills grow the lead coming out of halftime. Josh Allen, the touchdown. They broke out the design run for him there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, hey, QB, do your thing, get us 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hat, right? An extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Bills grow their lead to 8. Bass now to kick this away. Gray now on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. The Giants about to get to work on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. To throw, here's Winston. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here's Winston to the air. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Matt Milano in to pick it off. And the Bills take possession down inside the 30 after the interception. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Blitz coming here. Allen avoids some trouble there. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. No luck finding his receiver that time. So 2nd down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Cook gets the 1st and more. And he's finally taken down at the 7-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Again, it's Cook. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and goal from the 6. Pressure coming, it's Allen. Bails out of the pocket quick. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards, but Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Throwing now from the gun. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Amendola able to put it through. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Bass now to kick this away. Gray now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Giants offense all set to get started. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
They run. Here's Tracy. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
1st down now. Ball at the 39-yard line. Winston to throw it. Flushed out of the pocket.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Receiver in motion, headed right. From the gun, it's Tracy. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Bills crowding the passing lanes. They've got a dime look here on 3rd down. Here's Winston. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. But that's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The Giants are set to punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And it'll be their football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now Allen. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's on the move. Escapes a defender. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Quite the start to that drive, huh? The first play sets him up now at the 38. Allen to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. They'll send him over right. Working from the gun, it's Allen. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Here's Cook, and he's brought down for a loss.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push, and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop.
The Bills with a punt team out there. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. Now here comes the New York offense. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Winston. Got it, man. Robinson has it. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And they're able to haul him down, and that's going to wrap up this 3rd quarter. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Giants football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the 4th. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Winston now. Toward the sideline, and he locates Johnson. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Winston looking to throw. He finds Slayton. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. That's good for 7 yards. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
A handoff to Tracy. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. They kick the running back in motion. Here's 2nd and 7. He's on the... We've got a fumble pretty close to midfield. And this is scooped up by the Bills. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a 1st down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a manageable 3rd down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
The Bills and James Cook making their way back out on offense now. And his performance has ailed against what has been a very stout defensive front. This hasn't been a contest to stack up there among his better showings, partner. They've made it real difficult to find any holes to hit, and there's been absolutely no space for him to work with. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. Couldn't connect right side, it's incomplete.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. He's still going at the 30. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Bills first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
On first down, Allen. Complete to Shakir. And this one doesn't go far. Second down now, 7 to go. To the air again, Allen. Connection made to Shakir. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Stopped on the play by the rookie from Tennessee. Third and just 2 to go. To throw again, it's Allen. That's caught for the first. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Again, Allen to the air. Has it down close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Well, that right there, Kate, that is the epitome of trust, and trust in your big physical tight end. Throwing his way into double coverage. You may question the decision when the ball leaves his hands, but it's tough to question when it produces results like that.
On the handoff, here's Davis. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
So now, here's third and goal. This is Cook. And he makes it across. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills have likely locked up the win right there. It's a James Cook touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to fourth and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on third and goal.
Bass on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bills push their lead to 18. Bass now to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Giants and Jameis Winston ready to go once again on offense. And there's a couple of moments we're seeing here that I think he's not going to want to be reminded of after this game. Turnovers have just interrupted his performance in this one. Made it really tough for him and this team to get into and stay in any kind of rhythm. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just fling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
And they take him down at the 24-yard line. Working quickly here. Throwing on 3rd and long. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Throw is caught by the back. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs.
Hey, I get it. It's already over. But go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Now we've got the Bills offense headed back to the field. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Handoff headed right. It's Cook. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here. 2nd and 9. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Bills about set to celebrate this win. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Handoff here to Davis. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Allen on 3rd down. And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, oh, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Amendola able to put it through. And that stretches the lead to 21.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Bass now to kick this away. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Another drive coming up for this offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Winston to the air. Finds his target, Robinson. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. First and 10 from the 41. To throw, here's Winston. He's got him, that's Tracy. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're gonna mark him at the 48. Timeout called, and that's gonna be the 2nd for New York. Still 1 more in their pocket to use. Second and 3 now. From the 48. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
There is no question this defense has risen to the occasion of prime time tonight. There's also no question that this is a window into the kind of beating quarterbacks can take when you can't protect him. He's going to have to use all week to get his body right to hopefully hit the field next week.
A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Desperation time here on 4th. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. The Bills take a knee, and they'll let the seconds tick away in this win.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So the Bills fight their way to a win on the road. And it's not quite a full game shutout, Brock, but keeping that other side off the board in the 2nd half, that sure went a long way towards securing them this win. Made things a lot easier for everyone else to operate in the closing stages of the game. With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Bills as we say so long from New York.